This is a 2022 Specialized Diverge Comp, and we want to know, can a gravel bike really be a do-it-all race bike on gravel and on the road? We sat down with the local rider who's been riding this bike and putting in some serious miles and watts into this to find out. We want to know what he likes, doesn't like, and most important, is this a fast bike? This is Real Race Bikes, brought to you by Bespoke Endurance. This is a 2022 Specialized Diverge Comp Disc. It features a FACT 9R carbon frame, SRAM rival 1x mechanical group set with pub carbon gravel wheels, and weighs approximately 21 pounds with pedals. The rider's current setup is 175mm crank arms, a rival 1x 40-tooth chain set. The cassette in the rear is an 1142. Up at the top, he's got a 42cm carbon S-Works shallow bend bar, classic style with no flare, and the tires are a Pathfinder Pro tubeless ready 42mm tires, pumped up to 35 in the front and 40 psi in the rear. All right, so who are you?
My name is Josh Mace. I am a Cat 3 road and Cat 3 cyclocross rider, racer. I race road, gravel, and cyclocross, and also I'm really interested in like ultra endurance cycling. But yeah, this is my 2022 Diverge Comp.
So because you work for Specialized, was this the demo bike for their demo program?
Yeah, so in 2022, I was just a retail employee. I found out the place I was working was owned by Specialized, and I had always ridden Specialized bikes. And the demo program is something they offer employees. So after 90 days, I snagged this up, and yeah, it's been mostly mine ever since. As far as upgrades that I've made, it's got a carbon wheel set on it now. It comes with, the comp version comes with alloy wheels, which aren't particularly light. It's got a Specialized Roman saddle, which I have on all my bikes. Actually, that shape fits me the best. Comes with a power saddle, which I just doesn't really jive with me. It's got Specialized S-Works shallow bend carbon bars, so just no flare. They're just classic drops. And it's got an S-Works stem, which is super light. And that kind of carbon bottle cages. You shave off some grams there. But that's really it. There's not a ton of upgrades on it. I guess the one thing that's notable is that it does have the Future Shock removed. So there's a part on there, it's called the Future Shock Delete, which I like the Future Shock a lot, but it is an expensive part to replace for the consumer. So I wanted to try this to get lower on the bike because I do race this in gravel, and it's not slammed. You know, you don't see a lot of divergers with a slam stem. So aesthetically, it looks really cool, and you shave quite a bit of weight by taking that Future Shock piston or shock out of there.
Okay, so you mentioned it's kind of the I'll use the word kind of workhorse.
Yeah,
bike.
absolutely.
So I see a ton of mounts on here.
Yeah.
I see the compartment here where you can put who knows what in the down tube.
Yep.
What kind of riding do you do on this bike?
This that's a funny question. I mean, this bike will really do it all. I think personally it's happiest in long gravel races. I really see the Diverge like as a race bike. I always have. There's kind of like two people you'll see riding it. You'll see kind of like maybe guys who are just getting into cycling and they want a gravel bike because one, the geometry is more endurance focused. It's comfortable and it's upright. The bikes are long and low, so they're very stable and very easy to ride. So you'll see very casual cyclists, but then you'll see guys racing them on gravel, and that's where I think you see some of the cooler builds. But if I'm gonna go for like a long distance ride, like this bike did the very last toss serve. I don't know if you're familiar with toss serve, but
200 miles, 2 days, right?
Yeah. If you want to go out and do 100 miles, 150 miles, like just really go out and get lost all day, like try new routes, new roads. This is my favorite bike to take. It is very comfortable, even with the slam stem. This is very stiff. Like there's a lot of carbon in the down tube. It is stiff, but it's just a different ride. Like, it's long, it's very stable, it's very easy to ride.
One of the things that we're constantly kind of told, gravel bikes are amazing because they're the do-it-all bike. You can race them on gravel or swap out the wheels and put some road wheels on there and go do a crit if you want.
So if you're racing road, it's probably a no-go, because with the gearing you spin out super fast. You'll spin out at 21, 22 miles an hour, and your cadence is like 99 RPM. Like, it's just like you can't go any faster. So like Tuesday Night Worlds, AA, like this, you just won't be able to keep up.
Right.
But if you go with like the A group, you're gonna have a great time.
If you theoretically just put a bigger chain ring on, do you feel like this could keep up with any fast-paced group ride or higher level crit?
For sure. I mean, if you threw a 44 or 46 on there, like, yeah, it goes pretty good. So in gravel racing, it does excel. 2024, I raced this bike in the Ohio Gravel Race Series, which in Ohio is like, that's pretty much all we got. Those races are unbelievably hard, and I placed really well at most of them with this bike with alloy wheels.
Is there anything about this bike where you feel like it falls short?
Like I said, the gearing from the factory is a little too low. So the 40 tooth chainring, even in Cincinnati, like Northern Kentucky, where it's very hilly, I still feel like the gearing is way too low. So yeah, like a 44 or 46, I think, would be ideal. But I don't think like the main consumer for this bike probably wants that. They're probably happier with a 40. But for my tastes, I would like a bigger chainring, and I have an Ultegra crank that's like brand new at home that I'll probably put a 1x chainring on there, and a Holotech bottom bracket, and then I'll just run Shimano in the front and SRAM Rival in the back, and it all works.
I mean, the best thing about the mechanical stuff is you could do that with that stuff.
Yeah. So as you probably know, the Future Shock is a hydraulic piston that lives in here. Proprietary to Specialized. The Roubaix has it. The Diverge has it. Works great. I love it, honestly. I really do. Honestly do. But it is a serviceable. It is a part with like a finite lifespan, right? It all depends. I feel like most people probably don't have to change them, but like if water gets in there, it will rust, and like eventually, like mine failed. It's still compressed, but you couldn't lock it out anymore, which I actually really used. I use a lockout feature all the time. And I could have purchased a new one, but I tried the Future Shock Delete, which is a part that Specialized does not like recommend to anybody. They don't endorse it or anything like that, but there's this engineer on YouTube I found who produces it and sells it. I ordered it, super easy to install, and like I said, you can slam your stem and it looks cool, and you save like, I don't know, 150, 200 grams.
The question that everybody's been waiting for, is this a fast bike?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, this bike is it depends on how you configure it, and it can be configured in a number of different ways. Like, it can be a fast gravel race bike that has a slam stem and carbon bars and is optimized to just like go fast and be super stiff. But also, like, you can put 650Bs on it and run a 55 mil gravel tire at a 650B. Like, though, it's like, it's comfortable, but it doesn't feel like an endurance bike. Like, it still feels fast, but I don't know, it just kind of like fits you like a glove. And
got a race bike that you think deserves the spotlight? Drop a comment or DM us. We'd love to feature your ride on the next episode.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Bespoke Endurance.